Alright, so I've come up with another way to tie huaraches that doesn't involve the little thong between the toes, and I like it quite a bit, so I thought I'd make a little video. This is them already tied and ready to go. Once you tie them, they're good to go on your feet. You don't need to untie and retie, your feet just slip on. And this is what they look like when they're on. So as you can see, your toes have room to spread out as much as they want, and they stay on. I've only run in them once, but I had a great time, and we'll see. So these are mine that I made. This is Vibram Cherry. This is the Invisible Shoe huaraches kit. This is Ultra Suede that I put on there just for comfort and beauty. But let's talk about how I did it, in case anybody else wants to do it too. This is just cardboard that I'm using. I make my holes pretty small on my actual huaraches, and putting the laces through the holes is sort of a pain in the butt, so it'll be easier just to show you with these sort of cardboard cutouts that I made. So the first thing you want to do is get the holes in the right place. So you know, put your foot on your cutout of your foot, and then I did it. So the Invisible Shoe people recommend that you put your ankle holes pretty much, use the same spaces that they talked about in their instructions, and that they say where your foot sort of starts to come up, so sort of where the heel is gone from your foot and you're coming up sort of into this midfoot area. So I put a hole there, and then on the inside of my ankle bone, so that's here, so sort of about the same spot. So for the toes, I didn't want my toes to ever get caught in the laces, like pull back from the laces and they get caught in the middle. So, and then I also wanted them to have, you know, room to spread as much as they wanted to. So I put the hole right at the base of the toe, sort of where the toe is coming forth from the foot. The big toe could probably be up further if you wanted it to be. And then I wanted to have the ball of my foot completely free, and so I put the second hole sort of where my arch is beginning to come up there. And then sort of the same thing on the other side. The spread isn't as big on the other side. The pinky toe hole is a little bit more important not to get too far up, because the pinky can slide around through the laces, so I put that, you want to keep that right at the base. And then on the other side of the ball of the foot, where the foot starts to round back down again. So that's where the holes go. Looks like that. And so now we're going to lace them up. So the first thing you want to do is, like I said, about the halfway point of the lace will be back here. So you're going to thread this through this hole. The other side's going to go through the other hole. Alright, now some people might be comfortable just leaving it like this and going straight on to the next part, which would be to cross over this way. For me, I find this like just too close to slipping off, and the way I sort of resolved that problem was by wrapping this around 3 times. So starting in the front, going to the back once, twice, 3 times. Okay, so now you see that the angle is a lot higher. It feels a lot more secure to me this way. So you could only do it once, or you could do it twice, or you could do it 3 times like I do. It's up to you, or not at all. I've seen a tying method where someone didn't do this at all. Whatever floats your boat. I like 3. So once, twice, 3 times. And that feels pretty secure to me. So now we have our strings coming straight out. We cross them like this. And then they're going to go, so there's holes here at the base of your toes, and then holes back here sort of at the midfoot, right? There's a hole up here, and then a hole back there. Same on the other side, a hole here, a hole back there. So we're going to go to the hole that's farthest away, the one at the base of the toes. So you've crossed them. Put it through there. Put it through there. Okay. And then you run along the bottom of the shoe. And you come back up from the bottom like that. The same thing here. The bottom of the shoe and up. Okay. So now this is what we look like here. We've just gone around the back of the heel, wrapped 3 times here, crossed to the holes that are the farthest away, come back to the middle holes, and then we're just going to tie a square knot here, and that's it. So that's the tie method. Then obviously you would cut this off. So there you have it. It's pretty simple. I've already done 1 run in them. They stayed good. Very comfortable. My toes could spread as much as they wanted to. There's no restriction there. I also liked having just freedom for my ankle to move here, nothing really clouding anything there. And one thing to keep in mind though, I know with some huaraches kits, like people like to have it cut real close here, not have very much left over here. Since there's no thong here, one of the things the thong does is it keeps your foot from sliding forward a lot. So I did notice that my foot did, when I was running, my foot in particular, my foot did slide forward like this, and you can see my toes are kind of at the edge there. So I'd recommend that you start with maybe not 1/2 of an inch, but 3/8 of an inch of space beyond your toes, so that when you're running, if your foot slides forward, you're still on the pad. Unless you don't want to be on the pad. Some people like to have their toes go over the edge. I had mine pretty long when I first ran in them, and then I noticed that the lip would flip under, you know, and do that whole thing. And that's no good, so then I trimmed it back a little bit to about 1/4 of an inch, 3/8, and then I didn't really have that problem. So I'd start a little bit long, and if you find that you're bending this over, you're flipping it over when you're running, then shorten it up. But unless you like having your toes off the edge, then just go ahead and cut it as short as you want from the beginning. But there you have it. And again, it just slips right off. You flip this back, foot comes out. Here's the official huarache, as you can see. On, this is what it looks like. Very comfortable, very easy on off, and pretty simple to tie. So that's it. Hope that helps.